one more time. It's at an angle still. Okay, so round 4, I played against Space Wolves. I planted a bunch of bombs in his backline, um, forcing him to either decide to make an attack towards me or decide to destroy the bomb, which he chose to attack me instead. On the right side, that was my Vanguard veterans doing that with the Lightning Cause Storm Shield. He had ult the moment he wanted to do, so he decided to move his Rhino up and his Wolfen up, but he was hiding one squad of Wolfen behind the wall. I moved my Inceptors on the left and right to see them and shoot them, and I killed 3 of them, which helped out a lot. Then I charged like all of my veterans, all of my items into the center of the board and wrapped around his Rhino, but I didn't realize he had a 6-inch consolidate, which actually helped him out a lot. He did lose 3 guys in the disembark, which is fine. I'll just remember that next time to space out my models more. Then I remember my assault squad was on the very top of the board, top left. And they charged his wolves. They actually didn't kill his wolves, which was good, so they didn't get shot. And then I moved him up next turn after killing his wolves on his turn, and did deploy teleport homers, and got a relentless assault back there. We traded veterans for veterans. His Thunderhammers came in, my Thunderhammers came in. It was a bloodbath, and I remember moving my Psychers out of range to get Psychic Interrogation, and then moved them up later. I remember. Let's see what else we got here. Come on now. He chose Stranglehold, whatever it's called, Retrieve Nachmon, and then some Space Wolf secondary. But I was scoring 2 on the like 4 points, 8 points round 2, 12 points round 3, 12 points round 4, 12 points round 5 on the primary. It was getting crazy because I was spreading out, and so after I wiped his grav cannons and Wolfen and a couple of his veterans, he came in with all of his dreadnoughts and characters and wiped my whole army in the center. And I actually had Vanguard veterans with Thunderhammer's Deep Strike and a squad of Lightning Claws and another Thunderhammer squad in the back. And they survived and killed his back line. And then he decided to move his chaplain to the very back and try to kill my company veterans, which was funny because he moved in, charge, he failed all his hits. He failed like 3 hits, and failed 2 wounds. It was really bad. My veterans lived, and they turned around and killed him instead. And it was really good. And he had like a 2-man squad of Vanguard veterans move up and try to finish off my company veterans, and they didn't. And then they came in and charged his 2-man squad of Vanguard veterans and killed them. It was nice. These guys came in; they were very clutch. And my jump pack Marines in his backline moved up, and then they killed his dreadnought and killed his characters and denied him retrieve Nachmon data on his troops. I was very surprised. I thought I was going to lose. But the jump pack keyword and flying over terrain and charging, and it really helped me out so much, even though I had like four four four-man squad, a five-man squad, and a one guy in one squad left. I didn't have that many veterans left, but it helped me out so much, which is kind of crazy. So that game, the end of that game was 91-50 because I planted so many bombs in his back line. It helped me out so much. And then the last game was against Chaos, against Noah. I scored 79, he scored 87. The mission was Data Scrying Salvage. That one was data intercept. So if you're in the back line taking care of the the objective in your deployment zone, you score 3 points. Control 2, control 3, control more, just for the secondary. And then let's see here. Let's see, I got some pictures. Here we go. So basically, we were both combat armies. I got to go first, and he basically had like what was his list? Hold on a second. His list was Cultist, Lord Discordant, Hellstalker with Slaanesh, 2-up armor save. He was nuts. Warpsmith, Cultist, Vela, Core, Palm of Despair, something Curse, Keeper of Secrets ×2 with shields, Hellbrute, and then 4 squads of Demonettes. Fight Agony, Hysterical Frenzy. That was really good for him. Shellax, Hellbane. There were some big models, and I remember he had like all of them, and I remember it was really impressive the way I did this. But I moved first turn my Death Company up, and then I gave him Blood Chalice, right? Then I moved him up again, and then I declared a charge on the chick in the middle in black, like the name character, and then his Tech Marine, his Cultist, and then I jumped all over his models. I jumped over them because it was like a 2-inch charge or whatever. So I jumped over and I made it across, and I was within range of his character or whatever, but then I piled in closer towards his Warpsmith and his Cultist because they were technically closer, and the way he deployed, he didn't make room for his name character to move in to my Death Company. He blocked himself out, so I decided to put all my attacks into his Warpsmith. Therefore, if I killed his Warpsmith, it didn't matter because his Keeper of Secrets or whatever couldn't move in because his Cultists were blocking the way, and I based his Cultists so that his 4 of his Cultists couldn't move, and his Cultists behind the line couldn't move enough where his Keeper of Secrets could come and fight. I was really impressed. And he actually survived with his Warpsmith with 1 wound. Obviously, he destroys the Death Company round 1 on his turn. But that distracted him, and then he brought his Demon Prince or whatever on my far left. and then another Keeper of Secrets up into the center. And I had this wall of guys behind the building, and I moved him up after he brought his Lord Discordant and the Keeper of Secrets up. And I remember my whole army just decided to charge, right? And I decided to put one squad of Vanguard veterans with Thunderhammers into his Lord Discordant, and I made it, and they had Blood Chalice and Exploding Sixes, and Death Company joined in with them, and I got his Lord Discordant down to 6 wounds or 5 wounds, which is really good, and I tied him up with my Death Company, but then he cast a spell that allowed him to fight in the psychic phase, and then he was able to get into my main ball of veterans, which really screwed me over because I was banking on him getting stuck in combat with the Death Company, and that would have won me the game because his Keeper Secrets was easy to destroy. Then he brought in the name character one, and that one wasn't able to make it in time to save his other Keeper of Secrets. So I had it all planned out and orchestrated because his Demon Prince was all the way in my back line. But I failed to kill his or to hold back his Lord Discordant. So then he decided to move up, and he pinched me, and I just couldn't make enough saves, and my captain couldn't either, and we were going back and forth on combats because I charged first, and he would wipe out a unit of veterans, and then I would wipe out another one of his units, and it came down to his Lord Discordant had 2 wounds left or something, and so close. It was so close, because if his Lord Discordant would have died round 3, I think I could have made it, destroying his named character, and I didn't care about his Demon Prince because I don't think I had enough power to kill that because it was coming in later. But if I could have killed the Lord Discordant round 3, I had enough power because I did Null Zone on his named character, so he was just doing 6 up Feel No Pains. But I didn't have enough oomph to bring her down. I brought her down to 5, and then he wiped my Librarian and wiped the rest of my unit. My captain, weirdly enough, survived and went into his back line. It denied him the extra 3 points because he was denying me in the back. And then he just came in with his Demon Prince and wiped out the rest of the unit. And I couldn't do anything to stop that. And his cultist, his one-man cultist living, actually screwed me up because I wasn't able to deep strike in the right position I wanted to. I had deep strike in the back for teleport homers, which kind of was not what I wanted to do. I needed my assault marines to attack his cultists and wipe out his cultists and his demonettes because that would help me out so much. But they were in the wrong spot. And then at that point, I think the game was over because I couldn't kill him fast enough. But it was a really good, fun experience, and I learned a lot about playing Warhammer. And I think next time I'll just have to bring in more Thunderhammers and more Fight Lass, and bring in less. I'm bringing this guy, and then Astorath, and probably put my captain with a Relic Blade instead, Master Crafted or something. Drop the Inceptors. But yeah, that was the game, the tournament. Thanks for watching.